Since before time, whenever our explorers were lost, they would look to the forever star to find their way home. Now, a great darkness has found us. The warmongering Zootopans sought to extinguish our light. In a desperate bid to defend our beloved home, we committed everything we had. Yet, the cold malice of Admiral Voltan couldn't be stopped. The battle was lost. I knew what I had to do. Where our only hope lies. I, Princess Euphora, last remaining regent of our people, will lead us to the Forever Star. Those of us who survived that day lost everything. But this is not our end. We will survive. Because together, we will keep hope alive.
Hunt them down. No survivors.
Hey guys, I'm Charlie, and this is a quick look at a very early build. It's a demo of Jumplight Odyssey. You can have this demo and play it yourself as well on Steam, link in the description. Starship Adventure Sim, all right? And if you guys are fans of, well, this is by League of Geeks. It's a developer that made Armello. You might remember Armello from a long time ago. I played quite a bit of it before. League of Geeks, to me, is this really cool group of people who I first got introduced to on Kickstarter when I backed Armello. And this game just screams League of Geeks to me. They just have this really, in my opinion, kind of a unique spin and personality about them. And this game is looking like that based on graphics and attitude and the way it's put together, and the fact that there's even I'll show you the pig. All right, there's a pig on the board of the ship. Let's just play the demo. If you are a fan of Star Trek, you're going to see some pretty good references to stuff like that. You'll kind of know your way around and how the stuff is working. If you're a fan of FTL, you'll enjoy this, I think, a lot. If you're a fan of FTL. We're going to go do Euphoria's journey here. The goal of the game is to get to the Forever Star, which is really far away, of course. And while we're trying to travel to the Forever Star, we're being chased by the Zootopan fleet, okay? So pretty straightforward stuff there. We have, our princess here is going to say that her planet is lost, but they're still here and they need to keep moving. Get a status report for everything, teaches us how to zoom the camera and stuff. I am going to be restricted by the tutorial that comes with the demo, but I will probably not be reading much of it and instead be explaining things as I go in my own way, okay? So, this is our starship. It's the SDF Catalina. Over here on the left, we can have a lot of different view angles that we can work with. You can hold control and use the mouse wheel to go up and down on them too. So engine room is here, can scroll up to the lower decks, which are pretty damaged and pretty bare at the moment. We can go to the hangar. Everything is red because we're currently in red alert. We'll look at that in a second too. This is where our shuttle bay and stuff is. Then we have the quarterdeck, which has a lot of our other types of auxiliary services and things. Turrets, gun turrets are in here, med bays in here, etc. Then we have the promenade. This is where like crew cabins are and where people would, get food and things like that, right? And then the bridge, obviously the bridge. So it says, give her a second to think. Of course, princess. Captain. Right. So we can obviously pause time. That gives us time to think. Also gives us this nifty little elevator music. It's great. So we got injuries. Anyone who's injured will highlight in yellow. So this person over here is injured. We can click this person and we can see sort of what's wrong with them if we inspect them. So this person's wounded. Okay. I'm going to go to the whole manifest. We can see everybody by clicking that button and going to the whole manifest. So you can see we have 68, currently 68 crew members on board. And we have 20 scientists, 15 in combat, 10 in supply, and 20 in the engineering sector or department or whatever you want to call it. I think the game actually has a name for it. I just forgot what it is. So anyway, we have alert levels. The Zotopan fleet we have time before the Zotopan fleet is upon us. Let's give our people a chance to calm their nerves. So when you're in red alert, basically this means be combat ready, be at your post, be at your stations, be on guard, right? So it's obviously a very tense mode. And again, if you're familiar with Star Trek, you already know what this is, all right? So red alert, everybody's right there, right? So yellow alert just puts all hands on deck, puts all hands on duty, but you don't have to man battle stations. If you're currently constructing something, you can keep constructing things if we're currently building things around the ship, etc. And then green alert is the all clear. So this kind of gives everybody the all clear and they can start doing their standard crew rotations, you know, relax, get a bite to eat if you need it, etc. And wounded people will also report to sickbay. So now sickbay can come down, but unfortunately sickbay is offline because we don't have access to the power grid. So let's take a look at build mode. And in build mode, we'll go ahead and click our medical bay. Now, there's obviously going to be a lot of items, but because it's holding my hand here for the tutorial, there's only one thing I can build. That's a power switch. So power switches are going to connect the room up to the standard grid. It also provides artificial gravity in that room. And it will provide power to everything in the room, which means it can also provide power to oxygen. So to kind of start pumping that stuff in there too. So the plans always must be confirmed before they'll be done. So nothing you place is permanent. And until you do this and tell them to actually build it, and then they'll go ahead and build it. So to build things, they're going to wait for the resources to be brought to that site. A lot of different resources in the game, including material, metal, plastic, composites, biomass, food, medigel, ammunition, and then of course our less quantifiable resources, not individual physical resources, power and water. Okay. We also have to manage hope throughout this too. Hope will decline when people die. If we fulfill promises, which isn't a thing in the game yet. You go up to the promenade inside our quarters. This is the regent's quarters, right? Captain's quarters, whatever. Inside her, it's not even a ready room. It's just her office, I suppose, in here. There's this desk. It says it's in development, so eventually we'll be able to make promises to our crew, and we have to hopefully we'll be able to meet them. Also, Pig. It's Ham. His name is Ham. All right. Ham enjoys life as a mascot. Mascots inspire crew that they interact with, improving their morale. So basically, anyone who sees the pig, I like how he's got little jumps. Anyone who sees the pig and pets the pig, the morale goes up. Okay, that's really great. Unfortunately, the pig is stressed. I don't know. He's very stressed right now. He's a card shark? What? He frequents card tables. Okay, he'll raise you every time. Gotcha. And then, of course, crew members are building friendships and stuff too. So apparently he has a crush on Era. That's fine. Cool. Take deep breaths. The pig has a crush on you. But it doesn't matter because the pig is also her nemesis. Oh, poor pig. That's heartbreak waiting to happen right there. Anyway, we need to go up and we have construction pending. So anyway, what's going to happen right now is that people are bringing resources to the power switch. Okay. And this is done by the suppliers. So what we need is a supply division. That's what they're calling them, the divisions. So the supply division is responsible for basically the logistics of moving things around the ship. Okay. You have engineers, which are going to go out and build things. They're also repairing things. Like you see them repairing the walls and doors and stuff right now, which is a thing. Okay. And so what the game wants me to do now is pick somebody from a different division and move them into the supply division. So we're going to basically push this person in as a transfer into from where they were into supply. So now I've moved one of my Marines into the supply division, and now they will begin to get jobs that are, you know, basically fit for the supply division. We also have a lot of stuff here that's messed up. If we go into the build mode, I don't know if it'll let me do this yet because it's kind of hand-holdy, right? But if you select rubble, it will kind of auto build whatever it was that broke down. So it like selects whatever the item is, and you can place it down. Same thing with this. So these are medical beds. If I click this, that broken medical bed, I can have it rebuilt if I do that. All right. And I can hold my construction jobs. Now you'll see the supply of this stuff. The supply of everything here is going to start falling over time. And if it gets negative, it means that you're prompting constructions, but you are short on resources to build those things. So if you don't see negative numbers here, then you have enough to build everything that you've currently queued up to build. Medical centrifuges are going to use biomass to create Medigel, and then that Medigel is used to heal our crew. So let's just go ahead and speed up time really quick here, because they are hauling resources here. You can see them on this cart right here. They're going to haul it in there. Once they've delivered all the required resources, engineers can build it. You'll see this little tarp kind of forms, and then that's when engineers can go in and build it. And as soon as that is built, we now have the gravity on there. And I am going to probably quite often be using 1, 2, and 3 to speed up and slow down time, and that is going to be moving me around to different floors and different decks. And so I'm gonna have to do better on that, but yeah. So power switch is done. I want me to select the power switch that I added, so I'll just go ahead and do that. All right, good. So because it's kind of hand-holdy here. All right, so now they're gonna say that we are running low on Medigel, and we're using the biomass to make it, but we're gonna need more. And so what we want to do is synthesize biomass so we can make it. And so that means we need a greenhouse. So now what the game wants me to do is build a new room. And this is how you have blank space throughout your ship, and when you can add new rooms wherever they're available. So in this case, I got a little bit of space here, so I'll add a greenhouse right here in this area so that it can have biomass generated here and it can get delivered right here right quickly. Now, as soon as I decide to do this, it doesn't have lights or anything because it still needs the same equipment. It needs power connections, it needs oxygen, etc. So we're going to build a power switch. What it's going to tell me to do right now. Build a power switch there. And then it also wants me to build oxygen generation so that people can breathe. So we'll do that. And then finally, it now also wants me to go ahead and build the biomass crops. So we'll just have like, I think a few of these. That's probably good enough. So we'll add 4 to the room for now. I got plenty of room for more later on. We'll go ahead and hold that. And the construction like that is now confirmed. So at the moment, we have a lot of injuries. And so we're going to need a lot of Medigel to fix those injuries. So hopefully that gets worked on over time as the engineers are floating around. See how there's like no gravity in here, but there is in here? And it's a really strange concept, artificial gravity, in terms of like doing it without rotation and everything. It just seems like a weird concept, but you know, hey, this is the future, right? So what do we know? Okay, it says the Zootopian fleet will soon come for us, Captain. We must jump again before we are caught. So we're gonna go to begin our journey. On the bridge, we have this sort of like holographic map interface of galaxies of the star systems that we're in, and also the ship itself. So I can click view journey, and I now have the FTL interface that you're familiar with if you play FTL. So obviously Zootopians are over here, and they are moving to the right to come and get us, and so we need to keep moving so that we can keep outrunning them, basically. So our journey is supposed to take us all the way over to the Forever Star, which is all the way over. It's over here. I know it is. Where'd it go? Right here. Nope. Right here. Forever Star, right? This is where we want to get to, all right? We have a lot of places along the way that we can stop at to get supplies and try to make our way over there. So if we click on one of these systems, we can see that these are rich in certain materials. You see rich in material extractions possible. This one has material extraction, oceanides, etc. So I'm going to go here because there's more stuff there available. I'll go ahead and target this for jump. Now, when I do that, I now have a target for jump, but we can't jump yet. Instead, we now have to gather and collect, I guess, Jumplight. Jumplight is what we use to make our Jumplight jumps, okay? And we need a calculator in order to collect Jumplight. I don't know the science behind it, okay? But we have one of them that's been completely damaged. The other one isn't working. One of our engineers says, hey man, I don't know why this thing isn't working. Can you take a look at it for me? So we're going to go over to the calculator, and we're going to go over to the actions, and I'm going to tell it to be activated. I'm going to flip the on switch. Nice work, Captain. Never would have thought of that. With the Jumplight calculator online, our scientists will be able to capture Jumplight. So this requires a scientist to come over here and man this station. Right now, if I wanted this to be collected autonomously, for example, without having to have a person stationed here, I could go into my objects, and there are Jumplight. There are auto calculators for Jumplight. Now they're 50% slower, so it's half the speed of a person, but it's autonomous. You don't have to have a person on the station to do it. And in that respect, you can also upgrade and have multiples of them if you'd like to have faster than a person. You'll just have to take up more of your spaces. There's also a Jumplight memory unit we can install, and the memory units are there. I believe they are installed on this side. The memory units can be installed to increase how much we can store. So at the moment we have 4 of these like big sort of bars, pills, whatever. This is the maximum that we can store. This is not how much we need for our next jump. It's just how much we can store. And so if I was to add one of these memory units, we can see that the build cost, right? We don't have quite enough to build them. So I'm going to have a problem building this at the moment because I don't have enough resources for it. But as we collect more resources, perhaps this will get built. So I'm going to go ahead and just queue that up. And right away, you'll see that we are down 16. So anytime you see a negative number here, it means that we have an insufficient supply to build the pending construction projects. All right, so now we're being told that there is a wreckage nearby, and we want to do an away mission so that we can see what it's all about. So we have 2 shuttles in our shuttle bay, and we also have a Valora class fighter. There's various different types of shuttles. There are heavy shuttles and light shuttles. Each of them have their own advantages. A heavy shuttle will be able to have 4 people in it instead of 3. And that's advantageous because every person you send on it can give various different buffs to that mission. So the more people you can send, the more likely you are to have positive outcomes. Conversely to this, a lighter shuttle can also do things faster. So even though there's less people, you can do them faster. So if you have a mission that's very easy to do and doesn't really require collecting anything, like a surveillance mission, you might want to send a faster shuttle so that surveillance stuff can get done faster, giving you more time to do the extraction missions that go with it. So it's advantageous to have a variety of different ships. That said, you can build them by going down in here and selecting the, not create room, you want to select the flight deck. Sorry, I'm going to mess this up. Select the flight deck. Then you can do new objects. And in the upgrades area, you can choose the fighters and stuff that you want. So the light shuttle, for example, plus 25% mission speed, and it requires a high-speed comm in order to construct and operate the object. And so, in other words, we can't do this yet until we have high-speed communications. And then we can have the light shuttle. And we do that by building it in another area, right? So some things are dependent on other things. So for away missions, what we want to do is a couple of things. We need to assign crew to this. And we can do this manually by simply selecting a seat and then selecting someone to go. If I was to click somebody, you can see this person would add 5% to mission returns, which is pretty good. Some people have call signs. So for example, this person here has a call sign. This little area here, Rhino. And Rhino's going to add, in addition to their plus 5% crew resilience because of their position as a scientist, they will also add plus 10% to the spacecraft resilience. In other words, the craft won't get as damaged, or if there's any type of conflict or a bad RNG roll, if you will, because that's an element of the game as well. You maybe will be more resilient against that. This one is Leadfoot, so much faster speed, but lower chance of success. So probably don't want her on the mission if we can help it. Or I can just tell the game to assign them for me. So they can go ahead and do that. And now I can see exactly who it's assigned. It is assigned Leadfoot. Maybe I don't want Leadfoot on this, so I can click her and unassign her from that seat. And then I can pick somebody new. Let's say I want to pick maybe this person here instead. We get more returns for it. And so that's how I could configure the shuttle my way, if you will. So to do the mission, we want to go over to, is it not letting me see it because of this? Okay, I think maybe that's it. Yeah, okay. So the actions, we have this new thing called view local missions, right? Salvage operations can get us these resources, which is good because we need some of them. Composite, we're low on them. So hopefully we can get some composite. If I view the local mission, the salvage opportunity is here. It comes with a base 50% chance of success, and it will take 3 minutes to do it. 3 minutes is pretty important because after we do our first jump, these guys will start moving. I think right now we're pretty safe from them moving after us. But once you do your first jump, then they begin to move after you. And so time is going to be ticking. It's not like FTL where you can spend as much time in the system as you want just sitting there, and it's like turn-based. This is not like that. Instead, this works on a timer. So you are being timed. So I want to do the salvage opportunity. If I select this, you will see that we are getting we're not getting any chances of success. Okay, I want chances for success here. So let's swap out this person and pick somebody with combat experience. This will add just a 5% chance of success to this, which, I mean, at least it's greater than 50%. And then maybe we'll do, instead of the mission returns, let's make sure we actually get returns in the first place. I'm going to send 2 Marines on this. So now we have a 60% chance of success. And then I don't really think there's any reason for the ship to be resilient in this first mission. So I'm actually going to change this out and have 3 Marines go on this for a 65% chance of success. So that's what we're going to have. Okay, so that's the ship that's going to do it. And I'll go ahead and launch that away mission. The 3 Marines are going to go out and get the stuff. Now there's also that combat air patrol, which is, in the demo anyway, pretty pointless to do. I don't see a reason to do it, but in the future, there might be a reason to do that, especially if people are maybe getting closer to us. We might be able to intercept them and buy us some time to get out. That's, I think, one of the things you can do with that. Let me go up to the bridge really quick and see if there's any upgrades we can add to the bridge, like that high-speed communication thing. I want to see if that's something we could do, because I haven't tried it, but I'd like to see... And there's a radar amplifier, which is cool, I suppose. 1+1 intel range. I suppose that's pretty cool. We can try that. We don't have the composites. We're already short on that, but I'm going to add that as one thing that I could potentially to build there. And then this is heavy on composites and stuff too. But a robot charging station provides 1 genius robot and recharges batteries. Medikit lockers, spacesuit locker, helmet lockers, decontamination lockers. So there's a lot of stuff around. You can do that, but I'm just going to go ahead and hold that. And really, it's the composite that we're low on right now, so we need to go ahead and get that done. So we want the salvage opportunity to be good. And while we're working on the salvage opportunity, we are, again, salvaging Jumplight, okay? So you can see this bar is slowly filling up. I think our first jump only takes... Well, okay, so here's the thing. I really don't know how much the first jump takes. I've been able to make the jump with just over 1 bar. And then I've also made the jump with 2 bars and had both bars... Maybe that sound. Maybe it's that sound. That's a very Star Trek-y sound that just played. I'm wondering if that's the sound that says, hey, by the way, you can jump now. I don't know. I want to say that you don't need all 2 to jump it, but we're going to end up using all 2 anyway. So we have to wait for the salvage mission to be done. So while that's done, while that's happening, I want to check out some of the other decks here. And so here's our canteen, if you will. Kitchen, and coolers and stuff. There's debris in the room, which should be cleared. I'm wondering if can I just select the room and tell them to clear the debris, or Oh, this is just like, yeah. So this used to be here. So we can place that there if we want to, I guess. We'll have that happen. So we're low on biomass, as you can see. And then also, you know, composite. We just got composite back. So that means that mission's done. So let's go down to the hangar. So we just recovered a load of composite, Captain. Very useful, very valuable. No survivors, but I'll continue to monitor the distress beacon. So we're also looking for survivors, right? All right, so we want to be ready to do search and rescue stuff when possible. So everything has been returned, and you can see that we have lots of supplies and stuff. People are going to be coming over to the ship, grabbing the supplies, and taking them over to storage or stockpiles. They could also potentially bring them directly to their destination. Although I don't think these guys will do that. I think they take it into stockpiles, and then the supply division grabs them from the stockpile and brings them over to other places. Okay, so again, you can jump with a lot less than this. I've been able to jump with way less than 2, but we're gonna go ahead and brace for Jumplight. It says the crew of Catalina. This is Euphora speaking. Interesting that she doesn't, you know, with all the titles that she has, she doesn't announce herself as, you know, Captain Euphora or Princess Euphora. Our home is gone, but this is not our end. We must go on, brace for Jumplight. So we do that by initiating it here at this station. Because we are technically safe in this system, it could be advantageous to just let this run for a little bit to fill this up. But I don't think it will matter, because I think this first jump is probably just going to consume all of it anyway. So we're going to hold this down for the sake of balance. I think that's why they do the first jump. They have you just take the whole thing anyway, even though you gathered more.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I wonder how fast, like, how does Jumplight compare to warp speed? You know? All right, so now we have 0. If we want to begin to gather Jumplight, we need to pick a destination right away. I don't know if they're going to. I haven't seen them anyway. I have not seen them ever gather Jumplight without having a destination. It's almost like that calculator is required to be running and the Jumplight destination be input in order for them to collect it. So I'm gonna select a new place. And I'm thinking materials here, materials here, materials here, biomass food. Obviously, we want to get as much stuff as we can here. So maybe we'll go to Coyote next. There seems to be potential search and rescue missions on this too. It looks like we can probably rescue a lot of people. There's 2 potentially here in this one, so we'll want to get that if we can. Not that it matters. The demo's going to end after this, but you know, if you were playing it, then you would want to get as much search and rescue done as possible, I would think. So we'll go to Coyote next. And yeah, we'll go to Coyote next, and we'll have this be the target for our jump. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to head down to our hangar really quick. We have a couple of missions, and we want to go in and get this surveillance operation. These are the ones where you'd want them to go faster. You don't really need a whole lot. There's very high chances of success, but they take 4 minutes to do. But when you do the surveillance operation, you get more intel, which is going to give you a better extraction potential here. And you can see that you can't actually do these resource extraction missions without surveillance first. So if we want to get these resources, even though it takes a long time to get them, if we want to get them, we need to do the surveillance first. So this is going to be our first team. There's a 15% chance of success. We don't need the success modifier because it's a very high chance of success anyway. So let's take the other shuttle in this case. And I'm actually going to just choose, honestly, something that would help with our speed. Be really nice, which I guess Leadfoot would be the thing. It just reduces our success chance. But in this case, we have a 95% chance of success anyway, so maybe that's worth it. We can counteract that by adding 2 Marines to this shuttle to reduce that penalty. And then we end up getting basically just a 5% reduction, but our mission goes 25% faster. Effectively, we're in a light shuttle now, which is good. So we'll go ahead and launch that mission. Hopefully it launches fast. I'd like to see that happen. And then if we wanted to, we can do the search and rescue now. Because we have a crew ready to do that with a high success chance, we can try to do that now. So we'll have that go ahead and launch as well. And there we go. Okay. So we'll do search and rescue right away while we're surveying for resources elsewhere. And I'm wondering if we don't technically have a deficit of biomass yet. I would like to get more people in the science team so we could get more people, you know, because we don't have any Medigel, right? The Topans are on our tail, Captain, it says. Yeah. Captain Princess Sephora, Starship, SDF Catalina, Day 1, Jump 2, Crew 68, System Oceanides, Classification Ringed Giant. I think I remember seeing the Ringed Giant when we came into the system. It gave us a message saying that the gravity around this entity, or the gravity around this, was going to reduce the speed of our operations here. So it sounds to me like, you know, the gas giant and everything is going to slow us down. We're not going to be able to do things as fast. I don't remember what the penalty was, but I think I caught a glimpse of that as we got into the system. So anyway, yeah, we have the journey. We should be collecting, at least I thought we were collecting. Maybe let's head down to the engine room to see. Yeah, somebody is on station, so that's good. We should be collecting Jumplight from this. And then I think maybe because we are... Oh, there it is. Composite is low. Okay. Did we end up building this over here? No, we got a lot of it delivered, though. We're just missing 16. Yeah. We got everything delivered except for the composite. So that's the new thing we need for the memory unit. Yeah. She walks so proud. Look at this. Why are her teeth so white? Why are you so happy, princess? I've noticed that a lot. A lot of crew members will oh, look at this. This is cool. When they're on the away team, they're all fuzzy. I didn't notice that before. I noticed like so many of them are just very, very happy. I don't know why. She looks worried though. Everybody has a happiness rating and a health rating. So, you know, if you're, I guess, is it like the star? I'm not sure what that star means. There's no like hover for that. But I guess if you're doing well, I suppose, if they're over this, maybe that's their threshold. You know, like this person's inspired. This person's also inspired though, so that can't be it. I'm not sure what that's about, but in any case, I'm gonna let this run for a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, we're getting a warning. The Zootopian threat is imminent. They're closing in fast. And so now there is a timer. All right, that's going to be displayed here. Now, this timer was always here. If I was to go back to the bridge and I was good to my journey, this timer was always here. It just was displaying over here instead. But now we have 10.5 minutes, okay? So basically, these guys are going to be slowly moving towards us over time, and they will reach us here in 10.5 minutes. Now, of course, we can delay this timer by just moving that direction, you know, jumping when we have enough to do so. But we don't want to jump while we have expeditions out, right? The away team, we don't want to leave them behind. So that's why those timers on these away missions are so important, because if you know that they can't get back in time, then you shouldn't send them in the first place, right? Now, in this case, it's going to take 6 minutes to extract resources. That's cutting it very close. So I probably don't want to extract resources here, which means the surveillance mission is kind of a waste in a way. But I don't know, maybe there's a way to speed it up, right? 25%, right? So if I do the same type of mission here, then maybe that'll work out. So I can try the local missions again. And this is our salvage opportunities, all right? We did the surveillance. We know where things are. And these ones here look like they are a much higher chance of success. I think I would rather get... Oh, man, but these have the composites, though. Composites are really good. Like right here, there's 16 composites here. 6 minute duration. But if it's 45% chance of success, it just goes faster, right? I need the other shuttle, I think, to do that mission. These ones are 80% chance, and they're going to be faster. And maybe that's where I need to go with this. So maybe we'll try this resource extraction with this team. It's going to be done in 25% of the time. So maybe we'll try this mission with you guys. And then when the other one gets back, search and rescue. I don't think I'm going to have enough time. Yeah. I think the only team that has any time at all to get that stuff is going to be the one I just sent. So when they come back, we have to leave. So we're ready to jump now. We have enough jump light to jump now. And I think once they get back, hopefully they find the survivors. So let's see what happens there. We'll go ahead and stop this. And it says I can go to bridge, but I should have gotten another message that says that we were successful or not. But let's go back down and see what happens in the hangar. So in the hangar, they're going to land. The door will open. And they hop out. Did they find anybody? Yes, we did. So we found 4. We gained 4 hope. It looks like we got quite a few survivors here. One of them appears to be unconscious, but not dead, just unconscious. And these are civilians, so they won't work. Plus 50% morale on recovery. I'm not sure exactly what to do with civilians. It'd be nice if there was a way to rescue people and have them like trained to work on our crew, but that doesn't seem to be something that we can do. As soon as that other ship gets back in here, I think that's when we jump, so that I have as much time as possible to get the other resources. We don't have enough time to extract anything else. So, and then in the meantime, while we're waiting for these guys to get back, we can still be gathering jump light. So as long as there's a scientist on that station, we're still gathering it, see? So as soon as these guys get back, I think that's when we rock and roll. And if I want to see the missions, I guess I go to the bridge. One way to do it, I suppose, we go to the bridge and manage missions. Okay, so 80% extraction. Let's accelerate time just a little bit more. You can see that red line is really getting close to us now. I think going to Coyote might be the mistake here. Because it's not very far out. I kind of feel like I should have went to Fenia instead. But it is what it is. Okay, so they're landing. That means they're in the cargo bay right now, ready to go. So they should be on board the ship. Let's go ahead and jump.
Initiate jump light.
Now we've saved 3 full capsules here of jump light. So what I'm hoping is we don't use all of it and we can jump really quickly next time.
2,
That's what I'm hoping.
1.
Because I don't think we needed all of it. We just got more than we needed, right? That's the point. We don't have to fully expend all of it every jump. But that is the case. It's looking like you have to expend it all every time, which is unfortunate. I'm hoping the final game doesn't do that, because there's really no point in that. There's no reason for that to be the case. So hopefully that's not the way the game will be later on. But we bought ourselves a little bit of time. So let's go back to our hangar and view local missions. And I can do the surveillance. It takes 3 minutes to do. Or we can just... Yeah, these are only 3-minute missions, actually. So we might be able to get away with this. So let's do another surveillance mission. 95% chance of success. We'll send these guys, so this mission is even faster. And then the search and rescue mission is still a thing. So we want to do search and rescue. And search and rescue will be these guys. And there's a much higher chance of success on that. So go ahead and launch that. And now everyone can go... And both of our shuttles can be doing things. Cool, cool. All right. In the meantime, what should we be focusing on? I think we still don't have the composites. Like, that's the thing that I really should, like, in the future, need to get more composite. That's a really difficult thing to get. Maybe in the quarterdeck, I am noticing that our biomass supply is rising, but we're not getting enough medical stuff for these medical centrifuges. So perhaps we need more on the science team, or more people as part of our science team. So why don't we go into the manifest, and we'll pick one of these Marines who's just hauling something right now. I do want there to be a faster way to move crew around. I kind of understand why there isn't, but I would like there to be a faster way. I understand why there isn't, because this is what I want. I want to be able to go to manifest without it being a nested menu, and then I want to be able to say transfer and select a department to transfer to, and then just click everyone that I want to transfer and hit go. I'd love that to be a thing, because that would just be much faster than going around finding individual people saying, oh yes, you totally want to transfer you, and then putting them on the science team. Right? So much faster. I don't think there's a reason for Marines in the demo because you don't really want to fight. But if you have to get away because you have to fight off the people who reach you, right? If you're not fast enough in getting out of here, well then that makes sense, right? Are we gonna see medical supplies being made or no? 'Cause I have biomass, but I don't see anybody actually making the medical centrifuges that are required for healing people. Like I don't see anybody making medical gel, right? And then what's this? Was this a... This used to be a medical cooler. That's interesting. Okay, I can put that over here, I guess. And then this one here, what was... Rebuild all destroyed. Oh, there we go. That's a great button. Plus there's a morgue here. That's good. All right, shuttlecrafts returned with perfect success. I mean, I would hope so. It's just a surveillance mission. So we're going to now go over here, and we have 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Crap. So, I mean, if we could do this and get like this salvage opportunity right here, right? This is 3 minutes. It's 50% chance of success. But if they could get this, right, and bring it back to us in time, that would have been great because, you know, we would have been able to get this resource and then get the hell out of here. But I just don't have the time to do it. There's just no time. So, you know, I feel like it's a real rush, and I don't know if this is the balance that will end up in the final game, but getting composites seems like almost impossible unless you want these guys to catch you. And maybe that's the point. Maybe you do want them to catch you, and then that's what you go to battle stations for, and you defend yourself until you can get away. Maybe that's the idea, is that you have to somehow man the guns. I'd like to avoid that if possible. So I'm going to go ahead and jump as soon as possible, I think, which I think will be right about now. No star system targeted. Oh, I have to target something. I guess we do get Jumplight while we're not targeting something. All right, cool. So this is how far we can go with the current supply. So we can't quite reach this, but we can reach this with our current supply. That's pretty good. So I think we do this. I think we go here. We hopefully just rescued people. So I think we target this from jump. And since we have enough resources to do it, we can just do it right now. The ship is back, so let's just do it.
Hold on, everyone.
Jumplight in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So you saw some civilians hop out there. Oh, the demo's over. Oh, I thought we could go one more jump. Apparently that's not the case. Okay. Well, hey, demo over. Thanks for playing. I guess that's just the way it is. But that's Jumplight Odyssey, and I'm sure there's a lot of things that are going to come to that. There's a lot of stuff that looks like you can build in the ship, which is pretty good. So there's a whole lower deck there that's just completely bare. I think I'm excited about this game, and I'm totally interested in playing it when the full version comes out, if I ever get access to it. So thank you so much, League of Geeks, for sending me out a copy of this to check out. Definitely appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Check out this game, link in the description, and then also check out Armello. It's a seasoned like 3D sort of board game. It mixes a lot of elements of card games, board games, and dice games to generate a really cool multiplayer sort of experience. It's a very unique game. I don't know of much like it. So check it out if you can too. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.